Hello everyone, greetings dear Aristobats, fellow immortals and mortals yet to be claimed by the night. Welcome to this latest humble abode. You probably can sense how done I am in my voice. And I'll tell you what happened. Today I wished for us to see what we could have possibly missed that was of importance in the game, so I noted down a couple of things I wanted to show you. As this video was going to be short, I didn't want to drag it very much, etc. And the moment I came back in the game, what happened? One of the two things I wanted to show you showed up, and I cannot repeat it no matter what I do. So yeah, I'm pretty annoyed by that. But anyway, so what was that thing we missed? So after finishing the game last time, I went on Steam like I told you, and I checked what we've missed. And out of the achievements that I hadn't picked up, one of them was actually winning the game. The only way to win this game, as we've seen throughout our gameplay, was to leave. To not continue with TELEFORUM and, run away. So I kept trying to do that, first by trying to throw the camera off the window, second by not even going to the 6th floor while still in the elevator, and the solution was way simpler than that. I had to press eject after finishing a whole round because, each round had three sections. And yeah, I had to press eject, it would throw me out of the game, and then I would log back in, and then boom, the achievement we wanted that we've actually won, because we didn't even go inside the game, we left, we didn't get inside the loop at all. So yeah, that's what we lost. And let's rewind now so that we watch the final tape that reveals the final truth, I'm guessing, that we're missing. Okay, she looks bad already, again. The camera, the mic, they become part of us, yes. Okay, so here, now, we do T, 5, 1, 2. Your next step's very important in this place, we can retreat our steps, it says. Oh, we're in the forest. Oh, we're at the lake? How did I get here? I feel a presence here. Better keep moving. My thoughts are slippery. Before this, we were going to the apartment. How many times did we go to the apartment? I need to concentrate on something. Those things that weren't there before. The note. Yes, it was in the coat's pocket, it was in the hallway on the floor. I remember a note on the hallway floor. Even the paper smelled like cigarettes. That presence again, better move. I don't know what trees these are. Me neither, now that we're talking about it. Have I ever seen trees like this before? Focus. What else was there? The newspaper. The newspaper had a particular article. The newspaper reported Walter's death. Let's talk about the particular article. That's old news. A disappearance. A lake. It's closer now. I'm tired. I want to sleep. No, I can't. There's something else on my mind, yes. A tape. A videotape. An old episode of TELEFORUM, Mrs. Martis handed us the tape. Juliana watched the tape and then everything was gone. That presence. Oh, we're here? The presence. My hands are tingling. Embrace the force to sail the lake. I believe that we should sail the lake to see what's in it, because from what I understood from the videos we've seen so far, you get more and more lost in the forest, just like we get lost in the building with a loop. So it was the wrong one. As you understand, we have to redo it and stay in the forest.
A few moments later.
We will embrace the forest to see if anything is going to change. Again, the same dialogues. I will speed it up for you. Okay, I reached another ending apparently. Walter, you know me? I think I've been wandering this place for a while now. Apparently stopping and waiting was the best choice. Wait. My hands are tingling. Think carefully about what you're going to say. Uh-oh. Where are we? I've been to your house. I watched the tape. Let's say I watched the tape. Your camera. If you're wondering what that was, I didn't do it on purpose. See, rushing is never good. I wanted to get to the final result we did last time and press the wrong thing out of said rush. So, we ended up with another ending. So yeah, there is more apparently. And by following the evidence we found inside the building, it appears that we get to the places that Walter went to, whereas if we focus on the article about his death that also existed in the house, it takes us to Walter, who is still apparently lost in the loop. Everybody thinks he's dead, and perhaps he's still just in the loop, just at a different part of the loop, and people in real time think he's dead. Or rather, there are now two loops, the loop that Walter is going through and the one we are going through. So in Walter's loop, he just keeps doing all that and he keeps dying. And in our loop, he's already dead, but we can somehow intersect his loop and see him alive by tape 512, which is very interesting. Again, let's go for the forest option and doing everything right without rushing. Lady will try her best not to rush too much and press the wrong things so that we know where the first scenario of endings takes us to. I cannot do the 512 anymore. No. Do you think anything changed in the main building? I mean, we talked to him now. We spoke to Walter, right? So maybe he's still here now? Dang it, I didn't know we had limited times of doing this. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to continue the game to the 6th floor to see if anything's changed now that we've spoken with Walter. And if nothing changed, I will find a video on YouTube and we're gonna watch what happens if you take the forest from there. Because, as you can see, I have no other option. It doesn't let me do the 512. So yeah, let's go to the 6th floor now.
A few moments later.
What I'm guessing is that the reason we can't get back in there is because talking with Walter kind of triggered the creatures that both Walter and ourselves are talking about, that see through our eyes through the camera that has now become our eyes, right? So they know that we're looking into this and that we found the loose tapes, so they had to take the tapes out of the loop so that we won't find them. So when Walter said, your camera, he probably realized that, oh, bullshit, why did you mention that they can now see us through your eyes, through the camera, so they know you found me. You shouldn't have found me. I should have said something else, you know? But I thought that telling him that we knew would help us both out of there. I didn't expect that. The fact that they've become our eyes and that they keep repeating that meant that I should be more careful what I'm saying, because they do understand that and they change things in our loop. All right, let's begin. Let's get the impression. Okay, we're in the right building. Guys, do you see that? Maybe we did something different and reversed it because Juliana looks better. Look at her. Okay, another theory about what just happened. Maybe we're not reversing things and we're not making progress, but in fact, because we noticed that Juliana wasn't okay, they sent us somebody else that took over her body, and she got to look healthy for us not to realize that something is wrong, right? So maybe she's not getting healthier, and maybe we're not closer to doing this right, but maybe this is a clone that just does the work right and doesn't show how tired Juliana is for, like I said, better repetition. Is the camera on? Oh, see? Let me remove the lens cover. Okay, hurry up. Let me get the button 6th floor. You look like you've seen a ghost. I guess you look different today. I changed my makeup. Again, that ish. Okay. I want to see if she's inside the elevator right now. Like if we go. After this section.
A few moments later.
By the way, I realized that I will show you. Wait. There we go. So apparently there is this photo that is blurred on the shelf, and I have to watch previous videos to be sure if that was there before, because I think I wasn't allowed to touch it before. But now I can. So let's talk about the blurred photo on the shelf. You have a rather peculiar picture in your living room. Ah, that was the first picture I took with the two of us. I put the camera on the tripod and set it all up to take our picture. Then, well, this lapwing showed up out of nowhere. I think we were too close to its nest. The bird got furious and attacked the camera right when he took the picture, then it attacked us. That was a result. A portrait of neither of us appearing from yours truly, the great photographer. He found it so funny we had it framed. I used to find it funny too. Okay, do you know where the tape came from? No, we need to investigate this. I think he got it at home, but I didn't see who delivered it. Walter collected movies, hard to find, films, recordings. I thought it was just another one. Just thinking about that girl alone okay. Tell the truth, so am I. Of course. The copy ended up being a blank, right? Or it got burned, I'm not sure. I can see how this could entice you. It is a mystery after all. But don't you think the colleague of yours is acting a little strange? I could have swear I've seen her before. This sound, do I really want to follow it? Yes, I need to go on. What is this door? Is this where she was? The door won't budge. But there is a grate. By the way, I did this in my first run of the game. I watched through the grate, and for some reason the game didn't give me the achievement of actually checking the elevator. I don't know why. I knew that Juliana is in there. Okay, I don't want to see what's in there. I need to see what's in there. Let's see. Okay, so she's still in that position. That woman, up and down, down is up. Final floor is... Oh wait, that woman do I know her? Yes, it's Juliana. Why am I tearing up like this? It's no use. There's nothing else I can do here. Weird smell here. Where did I smell this before? Should I check gunpowder? The smell is stronger here. This smell, no. Okay, this time we follow the smell for the achievement. Is this the apartment? The smell is coming from inside the apartment. Oh, I know what it is. The smell, it's ozone. Look into the smell's origin. That should have given me an achievement, just so you know. Better to record everything. Everything can be used. Okay, so apparently I had checked it before because I just had a deja vu that I've actually been thrown back to the floor below after checking the smell. Okay, so now again, wait, can I click? Yeah, echoes of a videotape, T. Oof. We're collecting those again. 5. It will normally let me back in the tape if I do this. There are some things that I think could have been changed, but I just don't know how many times I can do the same thing. Okay, guys, final run to see if it lets me use the tape. If not, I'm leaving the game. There's no point in trying if it doesn't even let me go to the most vital part of the game at this point. Okay, she goes back to losing it. It's like opening your eyes. Let's see. T. I can. Alright, I'll try my best to not f up so that we finally get to the forest part. Alright, here we are. We won't go for the lake. The presence. My hands are tingling. Embrace the forest. Okay, so apparently whether we choose the lake or the forest, we are brought back to the loop. Brought back out of the tape or whatever. Back to this screen. So I guess that by going there, we're just being Walter and investigating, therefore we keep repeating, so maybe, we should talk to Walter. Good night, Walter, you know me. I think I've been wandering this place for a while now. Apparently stopping and waiting was the best choice. Wait. My hands are tingling. Think carefully about what you're going to say. Where are we? Mizenabim. Okay, so we were given information. Maybe that's the point. You have to ask for information before you're taken back so that you can continue the game. But I won't be going through another loop. I'm pretty done with the game. If you wish to explore it further, the link is in the description like before. Let's check the final option in Walter's ending. And if the elevator doesn't let me again, guys, like I said, I'm going to stop. All right? Let's go. Alright, so it didn't let me do it and I took a round by myself because it wasn't sitting well with me, the fact that, it didn't let me get to the second tape again. So I took a spin of the whole game fast one more time and opened the option of going back in the forest to check the third option that Walter offered us. All in all, I think the right answer was the first one when you ask where we are. But I don't understand how that information is applied to the rest of the game. Like, where am I supposed to insert that to go on? And I saw that from my last game through that I did by myself. After having been presented with this information, if there was a new dialogue unlocked or something like that, there was nothing. I think I've exhausted all the options in the game. I even tried when we're going up the stairs and the character pondered what he watched on the tape. I changed from the unrecorded nightmare to a past of a future that never happened to see if anything changed. Nothing did. So yeah, I think that's all the game has. If there is anything more hidden, I didn't find it, I'm sorry. But like I said, you can play the game yourself and find out if there's anything more to the game that I didn't. Final thoughts now. I think this was a very interesting game. If only the loops didn't have to be this many, because I'm not much into the long loops, like I have my limit. But to be honest, and to be fair to the game, it really came down to how smart the player is. So the reason I went through more loops than probably others would is because I was the one not catching up to the clues faster or misinterpreting what I had to do. So I apologize for putting you all through so many loops with me. I could have probably done all the endings by the second video, but I didn't. Anyway, I thought it was an enjoyable game all in all. An interesting concept, an interesting story. However, I wish they didn't leave it up in the air. This is one of the things that I'm really bothered about. I don't like open endings. I want every information given to me. Like, I've been through all this, right? And you just tell me where you are. You tell me that we're trapped in a loop. You don't tell me what kind of creatures those things are. And okay, sure, there is the horror of the unknown. There is this theory that if you don't know exactly what the monster in a game or a movie is, chances are you're actually going to be more scared compared to if you knew. But I don't get easily scared, like I've told you before. Alright, when I'm playing a game, it's different than watching. I mentioned that in the first video of TELEFORUM. But still, after the first maybe 2 runs of this game, I was no longer concerned I'll be scared, because this is not the type of game that can scare me. Was I anxious though? Yes. I was anxious all the time in the first video, and then not so much in the second. And today I was really calm, like I was playing I don't know, an adventure game or whatnot. So yeah, if anything, the kind of horror games that have my heart racing because I'm actually scared and not just anxious are definitely survival games that I am being actively pursued. This one kept me on the edge because of the unknown during my first video, like I said. And after that, I was no longer worried because the unknown factor for me doesn't work as a scary factor, I mean. So yeah, back to what I was trying to say. I was not satisfied with the fact that we didn't know what the monster was. What else did we find out? Oh yes, there was something about the dog that was never, you know, elaborated. What had the dog done? Had Gunpowder also watched the movie and was in a loop himself? This one I didn't get. We found out that Walter was looking into a story around something, a mystery, somebody going missing into a lake. We went all the way there, and instead of giving us more information, that just pushed us back in the beginning. Which again, okay, made sense because apparently that's how he got trapped himself. Whatever took the people from that lake or whatever trapped them in something, they didn't want people to find out, so obviously they wouldn't give you the truth as long as you are inside the loop. Then the photograph that was glitched, and the woman said that they tried to take a picture and there was this weird bird thing that came for them. I didn't even understand what that species was. I have to look it up if it is a bird. And if that bird can be misinterpreted as something else, because the moment I heard it, my mind went back to creepypastas and those Birdman kind of dudes that some stories have. That, I don't know, maybe I think the most famous type of this horror is the Mothman. So yeah, what I thought was that perhaps one of these creatures attacked her and she thought it was a bird, but it was actually something else. I just want to see how big the bird is in real life to be sure that my theory is correct in that. So yeah, that was the only moment that I thought, oh, maybe they weren't aliens, they were this type of Birdman. But yeah, again, no further information. I don't know, this game had a lot of mysteries that you thought that just by playing over and over again you'll find solutions, and you didn't, so it left you hanging. And this is something I didn't enjoy. Like, whenever we found something else, I was getting so excited because we would get closer to the truth. But that's all you did. You got closer to the truth, you didn't get to the truth itself. And that for me is very annoying. Anyway, that was TELEFORUM. I hope you enjoyed my gameplay, game through. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. I hope you have an amazing week ahead of you. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.